Pastor. So once again, this is our second symposium, so you'll know. Our first one was at the pastor's congregation. I think it went very well. I also want to thank Second Baytown here for hosting us at this time. Pastor Stafford and Dave Durrells for providing us a venue to go and talk about issues that are certainly of concern to our community, all aspects of our community. This was in a response of other events that have taken place, and it's a concern to the aspect of we need to make sure that our law enforcement and our community are connecting, that we feel comfortable with law enforcement when activities come about. We learned a lot, I think, in our last symposium. There was a lot of good discussion. In our meetings that we've had, just so you'll know, because the idea is to let the general public know that there is a group of citizens, and it's a mix of faith, it's a mix of race, background, so that we look at everybody's perspective and try to build a consensus of what path forward that we may have, so that we can speak from a position of respect, a position of how can we improve moving forward our community. Okay, so with that, I'm very excited. I think one of the things that I've seen throughout this process since I think June was, just identification. Is there ways to identify individuals that may have mental issues, autistic type issues? Some of these are adults. And so, that being able to identify those individuals, if the family is willing, so that when law enforcement, if there's an issue they're called upon and address, they kind of have more knowledge going into that area or to that address of what type of person they may be dealing with. And so, just different aspects, I think. We'll make a checklist of any ideas. I do want free and open communication, but it's going to be respectful, and it's going to be from a position of respect. We also have the Department of Justice that we're working hand in hand together with. They have a lot of programs that they have used across our country to help build this relationship, build trust amongst law enforcement and communities that go through events as such as we have experienced. So you'll see some writings, and we go and we take that in our meetings, and we discuss those individual topics. And I think it's always been a very good, productive meetings that we've had so far. And then we have some future meetings and future training for the members of our committee, and maybe members of law enforcement, and maybe members of the general public. Just ways that we're always lifelong learners. We're learning every day. I learn something every day, I guarantee you that. And so we are lifelong learners, so we continue to do that when it comes to this type of issues in our community. So once again, thank you for being here. Thank you for taking a few hours out of your day to come here and let's talk about it. That's what we're here for. I also see Councilmember Alvarado just came, and other friends of the community. So thank you once again.